what is American, what is deepest in being American, and that is to give voice to your own thoughts. And so Posts for Peace and Justice allow our children to do that and to truly experience what it is to live in a country that is free and a democracy for all. And so we can't go wrong with promoting more Posts for Peace and Justice. I think that this should be everywhere. Every child should have an opportunity to be able to be part of this expression, an expression that is good and wholesome and is inclusive and is filled with loving people working together. If more of these exist, if people only see not just the process, but the resulting artwork, and really get to see this across the country, juxtaposed against what some of the language we have today that is anti-everything. This is what we should be doing. This is what we should be doing. We should be gathering and working together and creating an art form that speaks to how we are better when we understand each other and when we respect and appreciate each other, rather than focusing on what might be different about me and I don't trust you because you're different than I am. This is an opportunity to bring that beloved community into being, and I just think that every child should have an opportunity to be a part of it.
Compassionate Arts in Action celebrated the co-founders Felicia Faye Love Lene Williams and Kira Corser on Kira's birthday and the 1-year anniversary of our beloved Faye Love passing. We celebrated by sharing our art, our vision through a wellness Wonderland tea party.
What I want for Compassionate Arts is actually what we're already starting and incorporating, and that's to spread compassion. I work with a lot of people who are not compassionate, and I'm trying to spread that love through not only adults but kids. There's a lot of children suffering, and I think it takes one to spread that love and that compassion like a wildfire, which is what our group is. And I love to tell people, oh, I'm part of this group, Compassionate Arts, and then they stop like, wait, what is that? And I mean, it should say it all in the title, right? But I in action, and we are in action, but I would love us to have even more action and just really get in deep with our communities and our leaders, and especially the kids. Yeah. Especially the kids. That's why I love our workshops and creating the posts with families and the kids, because it really gives them a sense of pride, and it really shows them that someone cares, because you never know what's going on behind closed doors with them. So it's always takes just that one person to really change their life around.
So that we're finishing that, and that's really so we're trying. And thanks to you guys.
Compassion, when you think of that word, for me, come pass it on. Mm-hmm. That's compassion. Come pass it on.
Sonia said, Faye got me involved with Compassionate California before we did Compassionate Arts or anything else. She said, well, I want you to be on the board for Compassionate California. Well, the good news is last year, the California voted to make California the first compassionate state in the United States. Wow. There are we're all connected through the Charter for Compassion, which is an international charter agreement. There are compassionate states, compassionate countries, compassionate cities. There's 25 compassionate cities in California. And so we are all connected in amazing ways.
And what I wish for Compassionate Arts is that Faye's vision and her ability to see into the hearts of folks who aren't represented and are known sometimes as the underdog or the ones whose voices aren't in front, and to see them and help bring them forward.
Right now, I'm working with the International Charter for Compassion and my co-founder of the postforpeaceandjustice.org project, Lisa Parsons. We are doing an interactive online mapping platform where people, artists, organizations that are using the arts to build community, to spread kindness and compassion across the United States, and especially we're starting on the East Coast with Lisa Parsons and the King Center and the Carter Center, and we're starting on the West Coast with Kira, myself, and the Compassionate Arts in Action project. I've found that collaboration is the best way to reach large audiences in a way that's entertaining but also has deeper meaning. For instance, at First Night Monterey, I was their art director for a while, we have a New Year's Eve celebration which reaches 30 to 40,000 people in downtown Monterey. I projected art and videos and animation on the outside of the conference center about climate change and community and making a difference. And then inside, we promoted a whole installation of several rooms with ocean creatures and video and beautiful colors. And what this does is it makes people feel that they're part of something. Meaning is really important. And in this day of confusion and chaos, I think it's really imperative that we pull together and we realize that some people need help. And the way to do that through the arts makes it so much more beautiful and hopeful.
Hello from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Lisa Parsons, co-founder and co-director of Post for Peace and Justice, along with Kira Corser, who's also our director of art. Post for Peace and Justice was designed to both create community and to create meaningful public art. We bring people together to explore issues that matter. Then, as a collaborative team, we build compassionate understanding around an issue of relevance, with every person's voice heard. The group together then chooses or creates artistic designs, including images, quotes, and facts about their particular subject matter issue. We ask them to create something meaningful, something magical, surprising, awesome, maybe even heartbreaking, something to touch the hearts of the people that are on the issue. Most often, we use a platform of a 5-inch by 8-foot vinyl ranch post to be shown in public places. But any type of art, public art, that can convey compassionate interest in something that matters to us as humans could be included. We invite all of you to join in, wherever you are, contributing to the timely and much-needed Quarter of Compassion that in the International Charter of Compassion is initiated. From Canada throughout the U.S., and with the end point in Monterrey, Mexico, where the Nobel Peace Prize winners gather for the Peace Conference each year. It will literally represent the path of compassion leads to peace.
So
We, with the Charter for Compassion, Compassionate Arts in Action, Post for Peace and Justice, are working in partnership with other organizations, and we invite others to join us. Right now, we've been putting together a draft of what we think a website would look like that would have the corridor. We're calling them corridors because what if you wanted to take a trip and you were in California or Oregon or Washington and you wanted to go down the coast and see art promoting community, peace, and compassion? This is a way for you to know what's happening either in your area or maybe for your trip. And we're doing the same thing on the East Coast with Lisa Parsons. She's working with the Carter Center and the King Center and the Center for Civil and Human Rights and Compassionate Atlanta. Things are happening all over, and there's hope is being renewed, and we just invite you all to join us and let us know what you think. To call us or email us at Corser@gmail.com, or just go to the website. You can find us at posts, POSTS, for peaceandjustice.org.
In Atlanta specifically, we'll be working on creating posts for each of the 30 universal human rights. They were agreed upon in 1948 after the atrocities committed during World War II. Each of the human rights addresses with compassion the necessity for all human beings on the planet to have the chance and ability to thrive. At this time in history in the U.S., as it has and will be at any time somewhere in the world, probably forever, I invite you to join us in using the human rights as inspiration for your art. If any of you have ideas for quotes, images, facts that might support one of the human rights, and the posts that we're doing, we would love to hear and see from you and add you to that post team. We're also considering doing a virtual team to go through the process of designing public art. Anyone that might be interested, if you'll send me an email at parsons.ld@gmail.com,